The Eagles' defense just got an unexpected boost, and this key player's name is the former first-round pick who has so far been in the spotlight during a quiet season. That's right, and he's about to explode and take a giant leap toward becoming the game destroyer Philadelphia has been waiting for. And I'm here with the hottest details, straight from behind the scenes at camp, to tell you all about it. If you're a true Eagles fan and know how defense can change the course of a season, leave a like and subscribe, because what I'm about to tell you will change your mind and the Eagles' future. The 2025 season is just around the corner, and for the Philadelphia Eagles, every second of training camp is crucial. In a season brimming with talent and high expectations, one of the hottest battles is the fight for the starting safety position. And my friends, when it comes to defensive safety, the competition couldn't be fiercer. Cydney Brown and Andrew Mukuba, two names already generating buzz, are tirelessly battling for a vital roster spot. Everything seemed to be going Brown's way when Mukuba, one of the most promising picks in the last draft class, suffered a shoulder injury. The heat injury practically paved the way for Cydney Brown to shine, and that's exactly what he did during the preseason. In the first few games, Brown showed he has what it takes to play with the intensity that the Eagles' defense is demanding, with 3 tackles in the win over the Cincinnati Bengals. But as the old saying goes, you don't win the battle until the last second of the game, and the story of this position battle is far from decided. Mukuba, determined not to be forgotten, returned from his injury with grit and heart. During the final week of training camp, fans and analysts were taken aback when they saw the young safety starting to take reps with the starting defense. Of course, he's not yet fully recovered, but what caught everyone's attention was Mukuba's confidence and presence on the field. He's no ordinary player, and wants to show that, even with his recovery still ongoing, he's more than capable of regaining control of his position. Will the recovery time be enough for him to excel and earn the role he desires? Or will Cydney Brown, with his recent experience in the starting lineup, end up being a safer choice to start the season? The question now is, who will stand out in the coming weeks of training? This battle is unfolding, becoming one of the biggest mysteries of camp, and no one knows for sure who will emerge victorious. The coaching staff has been closely monitoring every move, but contrary to what many imagine, the battle for the safety position has not been a walk in the park for either player. Both have their merits, but the position is extremely strategic and ultimately could be key to the Eagles' defense being as dominant as it was in the 2025 Super Bowl. With every practice a battle, the pressure is palpable. Cydney Brown, with his confidence, may be ahead, but Mukuba has the spark of youth and ambition on his side. And what will the Eagles' defense do in a situation like this? Time can't wait much longer to define their starting lineup. The safety position will be one of the most closely watched in the coming days, with practices that promise to be intense and decisions that can be made at any moment. So, what can Eagles fans expect? The safety war is still ongoing, and despite the appearance that Brown has an advantage, while Mukuba's recovery and return to the field are factors that could change everything. In the coming weeks, with the matchup against the Cleveland Browns approaching, answers will begin to emerge. But for now, all we can do is ask ourselves, who will be chosen to lead the Eagles' defense in the 2025 season? The battle continues. Who will stand out? Who will have the nerve to dominate the starting safety position? The next few practices could be decisive, but it doesn't stop there. The Philadelphia Eagles, after winning their long-awaited second Super Bowl, face a delicate situation heading into the 2025-26 season. Despite the historic victory, one thing still haunting the front office is the loss of some key players to injuries, such as offensive lineman Landon Dickerson. This factor, according to experts like ESPN's Dan Graziano, could seriously jeopardize their chances of repeating last year's success. The Eagles are loaded with talent, but their depth is beginning to be questioned. Dickerson's injury, expected to miss at least the first few games of the season due to a meniscus tear, has raised alarm among fans. The offensive line, once one of the best in the league, suffers a significant loss with the veteran's absence. This could affect the protection of Jalen Hurts, who needs time to launch and manage the offense effectively. However, General Manager Howie Roseman is no stranger to dealing with adversity. They made some great additions during the offseason, like Zach Bond, and Tempo is still considered a title favorite despite the injuries. But as Graziano points out, a season's success is often determined by the quality of the reserves, and this could be one of the Eagles' biggest concerns. Will the team's depth be enough to withstand these injuries and remain competitive? The road to the top in 2025-26 promises to be challenging. The 2025 season promises to be the year that defines Nolan Smith's future in the NFL. The former Philadelphia Eagles first-round draft pick, who had a quiet debut in 2023, is now ready to make his mark. With Hassan Reddick's departure to the Jets and Brandon Graham's retirement, the Eagles' defense has suffered some significant losses. But with these departures comes a great opportunity for Smith to shine and finally assume the leading role the team expected of him since his arrival in Philadelphia. Philadelphia. During his rookie season, Smith struggled to break into the starting lineup and become a consistent presence on the field. He appeared in all 17 games, but unfortunately, opportunities were scarce. He recorded just 1 sack and 9 quarterback pressures, numbers well below what was expected of a player with his potential. However, Nolan Smith's story is far from being written in a single season, and it's precisely in the context of the 2025 season that he'll have the chance to become the true X-factor of the Eagles' defense. The change in defensive leadership with the arrival of Vic Fangio has brought a new dynamic to Philadelphia's pass rush. Fangio is known for his ability to maximize the talent of his players, and that's exactly what he sees in Smith. The Eagles' defense, already one of the most solid in the NFL, will benefit from an improved pass rush rotation, and Smith will play a prominent role in that. Alongside names like Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, who possess the power to dominate the interior of the line, Smith will have the freedom to attack opposing quarterbacks with greater intensity. What makes Smith so special? His ability to attack the quarterback with speed and power, something that was already evident during last year's playoffs. Although his 2023 season was more subdued, he showed flashes of brilliance that have Eagles fans excited. With more pace, these moments can turn into consistent performances, and that's exactly what the times need. An explosive, unstoppable player on the edge, capable of destabilizing any opposing offense. The Eagles' defensive line in 2025 will be stronger than ever. The addition of Jalen Carter, one of the draft's most talked about picks, and the presence of a leaner, more prepared Jordan Davis create a situation where opposing quarterbacks will have to worry not only about interior pressure, but also about Smith's rushing on the flanks. With these two forces on the interior, Smith will have more room to use his speed and explosiveness to attack the edges and thus generate the pressure the defense needs. For Eagles fans, the question is clear. Will Nolan Smith finally become the game breaker everyone expects? He has the talent, the tools, and now he has the pace to prove himself. The pressure is on his shoulders, but Smith has already shown that he is undaunted by the greatest challenges. What he needs now is to seize every opportunity, learn from the veterans, and unleash his full potential. The 2025 season has everything to be historic for Nolan Smith. He's no longer a prospect trying to prove himself, but a player ready to make a difference as he seeks to regain the title. If he reaches the level of excellence the team expects of him, the Eagles' pass rush will be one of the most feared units in the entire NFL, capable of destabilizing even the most powerful offenses. Now, the responsibility is entirely on Smith. He has the support of the team, the confidence of the coaching staff, and most importantly, he has all the makings of a great player in the NFL in 2025. If he truly reaches his peak, we could be witnessing the birth of a new star in Philadelphia, a relentless defender ready to carry the weight of his defense to big victories. The future is in his hands, and he's ready to seize it with all his might. Who will shine in 2025? Will Cydney Brown or Andrew Mukuba secure the starting safety position and be the cornerstone of our defense? Or will Nolan Smith, with the help of Vic Fangio, finally become the pass rush star we've been waiting for? And with injuries and roster changes, will the Eagles' depth be enough to keep them atop the NFC? I want to hear your opinion. Who will be the season's standout performer? Leave your opinion here, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back later to update you with the latest Eagles news.